Hi, everyone. I'm going to read the beginning of 2 books to you today. The kids have spoken and the Maine Student Book Award winners have been named, which means our new list is out. And it also means I'm inviting all of the 3rd graders, upcoming 4th graders to join my middle school book club. So if you are going to be joining soon and you're looking for some recommendations for younger readers, I have 2 books here that I recommend, and I'm going to intro them today. So the first one is Endlessly Ever After. Endlessly Ever After is a choose your own adventure book. Have you ever read one of those? It means you get to decide what the main character does, and the decisions you make impact the story. This book is by Laurel Snyder and Dan Santat, and you might recognize from the front that it has some fairy tales inside. Let's check out the beginning. Your mama shakes you out of bed. She says, "My darling dear, you need to run to Grandma's quick. She's feeling ill, I fear. Now take this cake to cheer her up and have a lovely day. But mind the path, for dangers tend to lurk along the way." So up you jump, you give a nod, and through the room you tear. But wait, you need to grab a coat. It's rather cold out there. All right, here's our first decision. Are you ready? What next, Rosie? Which coat will you wear? To slip on your coziest faux fur coat, turn to page 20, or to grab your favorite red cape, turn to page 6. Let's see, I'm gonna choose the red cape this time, but we can always go back and choose a different one. So I'm going to page 6. A wolf is waiting by the path in the morning sun. "I like your fine red cape," he says. "You heading someplace fun?" "I'm off to see my grandma," you tell your toothy friend. "Her house is purple with a gate down at the very end. I haven't time to chat right now. I've got a ways to go. But have a lovely afternoon. Another time we'll talk." The wolf just nods his furry head and quickly slips away. He flips his tail and disappears into the sunny day. And standing on the path alone, you fear you've been unwise. You can't forget his claws, his jaws, his shiny yellow eyes. You wish you hadn't met that wolf. You wish he didn't know exactly how you plan to walk and where you plan to go. All right, we have another decision. You ready? What now, Rosie? Are you going to let that wolf scare you away from your adventure? Choice 1. Yes, silly. Wolves are no joke. Go back inside and start fresh tomorrow. Turn to page 2. Or option 2, to take a deep breath and journey on. Should we journey on? Let's do it. Turn to page 50. All right. You will not let that mean old wolf destroy your lovely day. That furry bully has no right to bother you this way. But you've care for safety, and so you shed the hood. The sun is bright and you'll be fine. It's warm now in the wood. The smell of flowers fills the air, so fragrant and so sweet. But then you notice there's a sound, a somber, steady beat. You know your grandma's waiting, but she'll be home all day. You've got some time to wander. The question is, which way? All right, we have another decision. Are you ready? What should you do with your extra minutes? Gather some fragrant flowers for Grandma, turn to page 16, or follow the sound of the beating drums, turn to page 8. Let's follow the beating drums. Let's see, page 8. Oh, does anyone recognize who this is? The somber drumbeat leads you to a coffin in the glen. Inside, you find a maiden fair. Around it, 7 men. Do you know who that is? The drummer stops and waves hello, then reaches for your cake. "So kind of you to come," he says. "We'll serve this at the wake." You're not quite certain what to do. You don't mean to be rude, but you don't know this pretty girl, and that's your grandma's food. What now, Rosie? You ready for another decision? Are you going to let those dwarfs take your grandma's goodies? It's only cake, and they're really sad. To let them have a treat, go to page 66. Or, no way, you already wasted too much time. Grab your cake and head back to Grandma's house. Turn to page 54. I've never picked page 66, giving them the cake, so let's see what happens. You know it's nice to share your treats, and these guys seem so glum. So you step forward right away. You mean to give them some. But as you offer up the cake, you trip against the casket and stub your toe and stumble and drop your picnic basket. Just then, an odd thing happens. When jostled by the cake, the girl for whom you're mourning appears to give a shake. She coughs and opens both her eyes. She blinks there in her bed. Oh, I'm awful glad to see you here. I thought that I was dead. So then the wake becomes a feast. The birds and deers demand to sing and prance and celebrate. Oh, your Gram will understand. The end. So we reached one of the endings. This is one I've never gotten before. But every time you read, you can get a different ending depending on the choices that you make. And there are tons of choices. Do you see how thick this book is? There's tons of choices to choose. And my son and I have read this book probably 20 times, and I've never seen this character or this character. So there are lots of choices out there. So I highly recommend checking out this book. The second book I recommend for you today is a nonfiction book. So this is a true book. A true story. They're all true books. It is a true story. This is Pizza, a Slice of History. Pizza, a Slice of History is by Greg Pizzoli. Let's see what we can learn today in Pizza, a Slice of History. I'm going to read the beginning to you. This is a pizza. We knew that. And this is a pizza, a French bread pizza. And this is a pizza, a mini bagel pizza. And yes, even this is a pizza. Pizza with pineapple. How does everyone feel about pizza with pineapple? I don't know if you know this, but adults argue a lot about whether they like or dislike a pizza with pineapple on it. This is a pizzeria. That's a place that sells pizza. This is a pizzaiolo. That's a person that makes pizza. This is a pizza rat. That's a rat who likes pizza. Who doesn't? Says the rat. In the United States of America, we eat 350 slices of pizza every second. Whoa. How many in my whole life? Oh, we're gonna have to get a bigger blackboard. Look at all the counting. How many pieces of pizza, it's tricky to say, how many pieces of pizza do you think that you've had in your life? Might be quite a few. All over the world, people love pizza. Where did it start? When did it happen? Who made the first pizza? How should I know? Some people say it started in ancient Greece. The Greeks could cook a flatbread topped with olives and honey, which was called plankoutos. Plankoutos? What do you think? Flatbread with olives and honey. Do you think that counts as pizza? Is it pizza? I don't know, says the mouse. Others say it started with the Persians. The soldiers of Darius the Great would cook a shallow crust directly on their shields. How cool is that? Can you imagine having something you use to protect yourself, but also you could cook on it? So they cooked right on their shields. Pretty cool, sure, but is it pizza? No, everyone knows you need tomatoes for pizza. I don't know. Is that true? You could have a pizza without tomatoes, I think. What do you think? And tomatoes came from Italy, said the mouse. Actually, the tomato does not come from Italy. Tomatoes are thought to be originally from Peru, and it didn't come to Europe until the 1500s. For centuries, most Europeans thought tomatoes were unhealthy or even poisonous, and many people refused to eat them. Care for a bite? No thanks. So that's the beginning of Pizza, a Slice of History. I highly recommend, even if you're not joining my book club, to read this book for some nonfiction and this one for some fiction. They are so much fun, and I can't wait for you to read them and then talk to me about them. Come on in and tell me what you think. I hope you all have a wonderful day filled with books and hopefully some sunshine. See you soon. Bye-bye.